What's up, everybody? In this video, we're talking everything time management. And listen, I know that there has been so many time management videos out there that I wanted to make this video specifically to talk about all the things that no one's talking about. So there's gonna be a lot of points in here that I've really taken the time to think about all the things that you have not heard before, and maybe you have, but I'm gonna say it in a different way that's maybe gonna click in a way that you have not yet heard, okay? Without further ado, let's dive right into the video. So what's up, everybody? Henry Eisenstein here, and if you don't know who I am, I've been a part of over $400 million worth of real estate transactions over the past few years. And I just make this content because I love to help people. So what I'm here to show you in this video, again, is all about time management. So point number one is structure is the key to success. When it comes to anything in your business, it needs to have structure. So let's talk about exactly what structure looks like. Your daily team meeting. Every single morning, if you're not having a daily team meeting, you need to have one. And if you are having a daily team meeting, I'd suggest cutting the meeting time in half, trying to be even more productive with your time. Matter of fact, I'll even just say this right across the board. Any meeting that you're having right now in your life, in your business, your average coffee meeting, your average listing appointment, your average anything, I would try to cut some time off of it on average, okay? Because then what that's going to allow you to do is have more time for more dollar productive activities. I'm not gonna say this where it's like, you know, on average, if you're at a listing appointment and you're crushing it and you're 48 minutes into it, that you're like, oh, I gotta leave at 50 minutes. So sorry, goodbye. Like you're just going to give up a listing. No, I am not saying that. I am saying be cognizant about how much time you are spending on any activity, not just dollar productive activities, but any activity. Obviously, you're going to want to spend more time on the dollar productive versus the non-dollar productive. And we're even going to give these things dollar amounts because if you're spending a lot of time on making cold calls, but you're spending nearly zero time calling your past clients, current clients, your sphere of influence, your professional partners, or anything. That's even point, like the point I'm trying to make here, which is what is truly the highest and best use of your time here? Because if you're not tracking these items, think about it. If you could actually choose to either cold call or call your past clients, current clients, or professional partners who've referred your business in the past, which one would you probably do that would make you the most money possible? I hope you're guessing this one, right? So this is exactly what I'm trying to talk about when it comes to structure. Because when you are measuring these things, okay, your average time for your meetings, your average time for your listing appointments, your average time for anything, this is exactly what I'm here to talk about. So again, when it comes to structure, make sure that you just are analyzing the time that you're spending on anything and try to just shave off any time that is wasted time. All right, point number two, we're talking about chunking your day. Now, I've heard it in two different mindsets, okay? Point number one is every 15 minutes. So you can structure your day, just like point number one, but you're gonna structure your day in small chunks. Every 15 minutes, you're gonna have everything broken down in your entire day by 15-minute periods, and you wanna be tracking your day by 15-minute intervals. So every day, you can have a piece of paper next to you. It doesn't matter if it's freaking loose leaf in a notebook, but you're gonna wanna track what you're doing on every 15-minute basis. Have a little timer on your phone. Every 15 minutes, repeat it, just keep hitting reset, and you're just gonna take a note of quickly what you did in the last 15 minutes. Take 10 seconds to write it down, and just get back to work. The purpose of doing this in every 15-minute interval is that you will actually see, like, okay, how much of my time was actually spent doing productive things and how much time am I actually wasting? So that's one viewpoint. And the second one is 90-minute intervals, okay? 90-minute intervals is sort of like, I'm gonna go sprint speed, okay? Super, like nonstop, no breaks, no pee breaks, no drink, no nothing for 90 minutes straight. I'm just pounding phones for 90 minutes. I'm just making my follow-up calls for 90 minutes. I'm just, gonna be sitting, I'm gonna be calling my past clients for 90 minutes. I'm just gonna be calling my sphere of influence for 90 minutes. Anything that's really call it high dollar productive activities, 90-minute sprints. You can take a 5-minute break, 10-minute break, whatever it is, and then you're gonna go into a 30-minute period of time, so it's 90-30s, 30 minutes to do non-dollar productive activities. So you're gonna do like 3 to 4 90-minute sprints, and then 2 to 3 30-minute sprints, okay? So you're just gonna do nothing but that activity, get it done, boom, taken care of. I don't have to think about it anymore, okay? So it's either 90-30s or every 15 minutes, just depends on your personality type. I've fallen into both categories, just depends on my day. Point number 3, if it can be done in 2 minutes or less, just do it right now. If it's gonna take you 2 freaking hours to do and it's not a dollar productive activity, it needs to be delegated or scheduled. That's going to be the key here. Delegation or scheduling it in your calendar, because you're not gonna just handle it right now because it's probably not the best thing to do right now with your time to do just some random 2-hour activity. You have to go run and go pick up a lockbox at some address. I would probably not do that in the middle of your day. It just doesn't make any sense, right? So just, again, if it can be done in less than 2 minutes and it's not a dollar productive activity, you can handle it right away. But if it's more than 2 minutes, then guess what? It gets delegated or scheduled, period. Point number next, being present on the phone when it comes to timing. So this is for people that are spend all day long having 7 conversations. I can't even tell you how many times I've gone on to coach an agent and I'm like, okay, so let's do a little breakdown where it's like, again, like, listen, by the way, if you're getting any value of this video and you have not yet to schedule a phone call, make sure you schedule it in the comment section down below. What I recommend is this. This is for a ton of people. I get this time and time and time again for people who are inquiring about the coaching program and asking questions. I'm like, again, when they finally onboard, I'm like, okay, let's do our onboarding call. So we'll talk and we'll have a conversation. And they're like, well, I had 7 conversations yesterday. On average, I have somewhere between 5 and 10. I'm like, you have 5 to 10 conversations in a 24-hour period of time? I'm like, how is that possible? What else are you doing on your phone? Point number next, make your calls every morning before you do anything else. All that happens every day is I have my team calls and then I get on the phones, period. How many of you have gotten distracted randomly in the middle of your day? Right? Because something randomly happens in life and you just got to go handle it, okay? This is why my calls are the priority. Every single day, no matter what, without fail, I go on my team calls and I get straight on to making my, whether, it's cold calling day, my this day, my that day, whatever it is, calling professional partners, my relationships, my current clients, my past clients, my whatever I'm calling today, because I have, my assistant just puts the list in front of me that, in a certain structure that I have to be calling each and every single day. Now, that gets done first before I do anything else, before my meetings, before anything. I don't take meetings before 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And if I've ever gone on a meeting before 1 in the afternoon, it's because I had something going on that day where I didn't even plan on going meetings until later anyway, or until way later anyways, or I just wasn't going on meetings that day. I'm typically not going to ever do that. I will never interrupt my morning call sessions because of specific reasons where I've done it in the past and I've always regretted it. Point number next, analyze every single task on a dollar per hour basis. Getting a lockbox set up, going and putting up a sign, get your food, whatever it is, everything has a dollar per hour associated with the task. So for somebody like yourself who's watching this video, let's think about something that makes you $500 to $1,000 an hour. Well, prospecting and doing your follow-up or meeting a client face-to-face. I'd even throw in negotiating a contract, okay? So those are really the 3 things that you should be doing on a daily basis that have the highest dollar productive activities, okay? $500 to $1,000 or more per hour. I mean, that's freaking great, right? $500 an hour or more. That's like doctor money, guys. Like, this is how we can make some crazy good money here as real estate agents. And the activity that is not any one of those 3 might be important,
but it's not $500 an hour important.
So that means if it's less than that, you need to be cognizant that if you're spending less time doing $500 activities because you're stuck doing the very little dollar productive activities, you have a problem. I don't even know the last time I picked up my food. What I typically do is I'll always Grubhub. I'll Grubhub food, I'll DoorDash food, I'll Uber Eats food. Like, I'm just not going to pick up food. I'm sorry. Like, it's just not worth my time. No matter what, it's just not worth my time. I'd rather pay $5 or $10 for somebody else to deliver my food for me so I can continue doing what I'm doing, because what I'm doing right now is way more productive than just going out and getting food and spending 20 minutes to go drive to get the food and come back. Even if it's 5 minutes, I'm getting distracted instead of just having someone else order the food and go get it. Very, very easy. That's what Grubhub is, or DoorDash, or any of these things. Everything that you do every single day has a dollar per hour connected to the task. So make sure you're paying attention to it, because obviously you want to be spending 80% of your time in very high dollar productive activities and less than 20% of your time doing the minute little teeny things that don't have any dollar productive, that are not dollar productive. And by the way, I'm just letting you know, if you have not even suggested or thought of hiring an agent in your office and paying them $25 to $50 to do set up your signs, to put up your lock boxes, to even go on showings, guys. I pay somebody $25 to $50 a showing. I'm spending very little money, because then that transaction closes and I make $23,000 or $17,000 or even $9,000, a small check for $9,000, and I only paid out like $400 in showing fees. I mean, like, guys, like, think about being a business owner and what has a high dollar per hour associated with it and what doesn't, and then delegate the rest, guys. Delegate or schedule. Very, very simple. So quick bonus tip, guys, is getting back your wasted time. So let me show you how you can get back your wasted time. If you have people in your life where spending time with them is probably not the highest and best use of your time, by not spending time with them, you're going to then get back an hour or 2 of your life so that you can deploy that in a area that has should have a way higher dollar productive activity associated with it. When I was spending my, the first few years in real estate, instead of going and hang out with my friends all, on the Thursday nights, Friday nights, Saturday nights, whatever it was, what I would do was that I would stay at the office and I would make more calls. If I got back an hour or 2 every night and I deployed that into making my calls, I would go from making negative $20 or $30 or $50 an hour, because that's what it was, because you were going out and doing stuff and spending money. Obviously, I spend time having fun, but the less time that I'm doing that, right, the less time that I'm doing that type of activity, and the more that I get that time back and then deploy it in $1,000 an hour activity, I'm going to make more money in the long run, which is exactly what happened. Now, a lot of those friends who I used to hang out with were making 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100 grand a year, and they're not a 7-figure earner. But guess what? They ended up making different choices, which is why they have a different life. If you want a different life, you need to make different choices. This is exactly why you're watching this video, because you're trying to make different choices, and I'm proud of you for that. So listen, Two things. If you're watching my content and have yet to schedule a possible call with my coaching program, you're missing out, guys, because there's a lot of people who are seeing incredible results and they're 2 and 3xing their business in just 90 days. So make sure you're scheduling a call with me as soon as possible. And if you're watching my content and you're not subscribed, what are you doing? Now listen, subscribe to the channel and make sure you're putting down a lot of comments in the comment section below. I respond to all my comments, and if you have any questions, I'm here to support you. Other than that, guys, I love you so very much, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care, everyone.